What is up to my YouTubers? So we worked out before we really made this intro. There's so much I just am excited to share with you guys this summer. Golly, I wonder what that's about. Okay. Anyway, yeah, there's so much that I'm like totally excited to share with you guys. I've been working really hard at like being locked in and unfiltered about being locked in, like the amount of calories that I'm eating, everything that like I'm supplementing with, vitamins. I'm excited. I am going to be sharing with y'all very soon. Like, I've even got special bathing suits like I've never been brave enough to wear before. This year is the year. You only live once, and y'all all know I'm a Florida girl, so there's going to be a lot of beach sharing this summer as well. But yeah, I am completely and utterly just disappointed, I guess, in some of my, well, specifically my friends. Think about being a photographer. Think about, I guess, being anything or anyone that is a constant giver. If we as givers do not finally say, okay, it's my turn to take, constantly just find ourselves in a state of being used and taken advantage of. And you know, it's all about really reciprocating the energy, because I understand sometimes we go through seasons where we're just not really in a state to give back or do much. But I just, you know, maybe I didn't have a lot of friends to begin with. A lot of people just misread me like I'm very dominant with my tone. People always perceive that I'm mad. And it's like at the gym yesterday, I actually saw a guy that I worked with for a while, and I remembered him. Like when I was done bench pressing, I was like, hey, your name is Josh, right? And I was like, I knew that I knew you because you make eye contact with me all the time, man. And I knew that I knew you, but I didn't know how I knew you, and it just clicked. And like, I had to explain that, you know, been through so much over the course of years that like legitimately there are just gaps. Like, I know that I know you in my soul, but that doesn't mean that I remember how I know you. So anyway, I apologized to him and carried on, but like, I'm just starting to really realize that the type of company, you know, that I call friends and stuff, it's time to step back, because I have been such a good friend that I think my friendship is just like, what is the word? It's just expected. I guess it's expected of me to take pictures for everybody that I know, and then take pictures at a reasonable amount, if not nothing at all, and then take pictures and like have to push my dates or push my limits or my time. And let me just like basically break it down. So photos are not free, right? There's a software I have to pay monthly for, then there is my time. Every memory card that I have, like, I try to hold on to it, and those cost about $30-$40, okay? My camera hasn't had a professional lens clean or an upgrade in about 4 years now. I've been doing this for about 6.5, 7 years. That cost, you know, the storage on your computer and everything, eventually it's going to slow down too, because as the years go by, technology, all that, it just shifts, so things it's more costly. And presets and AI's really got the game way up there. So you're looking at like basic costs for me to break even, like monthly, just to maintain my business, is about, if I have one client a month, that's about $235, right? So then all that time that I spend, say I put 4 hours in a day, right? Well, even your basic McDonald's worker is going to be making about $8.75 an hour. So if I work for 2 weeks, 4 hours a day average, right? You just do the math. So I'm just expected to do absolutely nothing. And then y'all will take my stuff and you will share it. You won't give me photo credits, or you'll manipulate it, you'll edit it. And, that's just not trust, guys. And that's just, I can't be running a business like that anymore. And I need friends that want to actively move. I need friends that see me for me. And I'm not saying that I don't have a select few, because I do. But as far as the seeing me for me thing, it's just kind of getting to the point where I'm tolerating too many things. I've overheard people say, oh, I'm just me, or the crazy friend. And it used to be funny to me, but it's not. It's not, because honestly, there is a whole history I have, that I had to become someone that was not soft to be able to survive, certain things in my life. So, I'm just at the point where I'm starting to learn to figure out who I am, what I deserve. And it's just not okay. It's not okay for people to, identify me as, anything that's a negative source. You may as well just not be my friend if that's who I am to you. That's not friendship. If you want to call me anything, just call me a survivor. Call me trauma driven, because I'm guilty of that. There are things that trauma has, really drove me to not know myself. But look, a bunch of bad things that have happened to me, or a few incidences, doesn't define me or who I am. And I am the type of friend that would do anything for anyone. I am just, I guess, at a point in my life where I'm really looking to have a relationship, a friendship with someone that will reciprocate the energy. I've always been the friend that's open up for vacations, or man, you can't pay for something, I got you, or you just always saying yes, regardless of it making me feel uncomfortable or spreading me thin, and I'm not okay with that anymore. And it's not just about photography. I think it's about a lot of things. I feel like I'm turning 40 this year, and although, I've toughened up and, I've become a professional bodybuilder and stuff, I want to be surrounded by people that I can be soft around, if that makes any sense. I was even telling Kurt recently, man, I know that you look at me and you're like, man, she's just a main character energy or whatever, but every now and then the small things, they matter. You opening the door for me, I'm just feeling more so masculine, or everybody wants to be a leader, but maybe I don't, guys. Maybe I want to be a leader some of the time, but I just want someone to take my hand and be gentle with me, and not always look at me like I'm the strong one, or I'm the one that's got the answer. I want somebody that's tells me it's okay to ugly cry, and that will even cry with me. I want someone that, look, you ain't got to be really active, but someone that instead of telling me, oh my God, why are you going to the gym again, blah blah blah, somebody that maybe just wants to go and walk on the treadmill you know, while I lift some weights, you know, or I just wants to walk around the neighborhood. I need like-minded people. And I know that this sounds crazy, and I probably just need a whole geographical move, because that's what it's going to take, especially for the area that I'm in. But, you know, I've learned over the years that your friends, they really do make or break your success. And your environment is everything, dude. Honestly, you know, since Bailey's left and all the rumors have slowed down, I've got people, like, I've got such a great relationship with the staffs at the schools. I've had people, like, approach me and really, like, wholeheartedly apologize to me, because they realize, honestly, that I'm just a wonderful mom. And I think that's going too far, because I am hard on myself, and there are some things that, you know, I want to work on and become better at every day. But that really goes a long way. And there's very few people. There was a detective in Cameron Parish that one time sat down with me, and she really liked me, and maybe she saw to or through it. I'll never forget her. It was a game changer for me. But, like, she probably was the first and only person down there that saw through to it, you know. But through the summer, I feel like a part of this healing journey with you guys is going to require me to open up to y'all. Y'all are probably thinking, why'd she have a detective at her house? So we're going to start opening up about a lot of more things, you know, and being unfiltered, you know, because that's what I promised y'all. And I feel like being vulnerable is just what the media needs, social media needs. Influencers, honestly, y'all need to, like, get on the ball with that too. It's okay if you have some vulnerable moments. Your videos aren't always perfect. You're sad. You're having a bad day. Share that too, because, you know, honestly, that's what's not shared enough about our fitness lifestyle. Everybody thinks that we're always on a high. You know, they're not seeing the very repetitive, unsexy parts about this journey. They're not seeing us have a meltdown over wanting so badly to eat some ice cream, or you know, just wondering, like, staring at a body part and just being zoned out, like, why aren't you growing? Or, like, they're not seeing the parts of you that they need to see. They need to know that it's normal to feel certain things throughout this journey. And I don't like how so many of us present ourselves like we're always on this hype peak, or we're not dealing with personal things too in our lives. Like, no, they got to see the ugly too, because they got to know that when they're going through it, you know, I don't want anyone to ever think they're any less of me. Like, guys, we are on the same level. Let's stay right here together. I have my bad, ugly days, and, you know, to all you influencers that are up there, like 1.2 mil, people are looking at you and you're changing their lives. Make sure that they know that when they're having a bad day, you have felt that too in your journey, and it's normal, because we don't want people quitting just because, like, they can't put it on the camera like we do, or, you know, we're not always smiling. Like, we're not always good looking in the gym. There are times I go in there bumming it out. I don't even brush my hair sometimes. It's just getting there is the day that I made it and I got there and I did something. Like, they need to know that, you know. So, yeah, I'm just going to leave y'all with that. And some pictures and stuff for throughout the week. Y'all know that I went and saw Project Hail Mary for Mother's Day. FYI, I now have the book and I'm so obsessed. It's so wonderful. I've committed to myself this summer that I am going to start reading more, because I used to be such a big reader. I love to read, and I've just always been really great at reading and comprehension, you know, so I'm going to go back to that. And, so I'm going to read a little every day, but yeah. Stay awesome, friends.
I built a home out of hollow bones, slept in the ache I called my own, buried the light where no one could see, and prayed the dark would set me free. I dug a grave for who